Semyon, have you seen Shrek today? Let's go. Maybe Shrek decided to pick up stones near the water. In worst case, I'll find his corpse. Wow, Semyon, you're just a ball of fun, aren't you? But I'm sure that it won't end up that way. I was crossing the square when somebody called out to me. Wait! Alyssa came up and smiled. I immediately sensed a trap. Where are you going? I'm searching for Shrek. Olga Dmitrievna asked me to. And how is it? Exciting. She looked intently into my eyes and I turned away awkwardly. Not really. But you know, a pioneer is missing. Surely you're not freaking out over such a minor thing. What do you mean? Only a few hours have passed. Maybe he just lost track of time while having a walk. Certainly I'd had the same idea, but I wasn't telling her that. Yes, that's true. But who knows what could have happened. Let me help you with it. With what? I got suspicious. With looking for Shrek. Oh, but I can do it. Oh, come on. She smiled at me, but there was something malevolent in that smile. Naturally, her smile was cute enough, but it really seemed to me like there was something behind it. Well, if you insist. Since I could not understand what's on her mind, I had no real reason to refuse. But before we go, I have to get one thing from home. Okay, I'll wait for you. You're actually serious about just standing there? Let's go! Okay. We approached Alyssa's cabin. It would be just like all other cabins if not for the Jolly Roger on the door. By the way, Oleana is my roommate. Okay. We entered the cabin. The complete chaos inside really reminded me of my old flat, though why I thought of it as old. In general, I would imagine a girl's room differently. Snow-white sheets, walls, floor, and ceiling shining, spotless. But when you consider that the two most exemplary pioneers are living here... We stood silently for some time. And what did you need to get? Huh? It seems like I interrupted Alyssa's thinking. Yeah. It's not here, actually. Wait here, I'll be back in a minute. She smiled and ran out. She seems really flaky today. I began to examine the room. I wouldn't say that there had been an explosion. It was just a fairly decent-sized mess. Well, at least by looking at the mess created in one pioneer session, I can surely say that I am not the messiest person in the world. The decoration of my apartment took years to be completed. I wasn't thinking about anything in particular. I was just looking around the room. Posters of Soviet artists, some books on the shelves, various household items. And then I realized that everything is wrong. Something will happen soon. Something bad. Why did Alyssa leave me here all alone? There's something I had to discover. My gut told me that it's dangerous to stay here. I went to the door and tried to open it. Locked! It was a surprise. How did she manage to quietly lock me in? I don't know what's on her mind, but I need to get out of here. I went to the window, opened it, and climbed out. Now I can go and take care of business, or... I chose the second option and waited. What is the reason she had me locked up? I wanted to know what was happening. Plus, I really wanted to see Alyssa's face when she finds her room empty. I hid in the bushes next to the house and waited. After some time, I heard footsteps. Alyssa and Olga Dmitrievna came to the house. You'll see everything for yourself. She opened the door and went in. A few seconds later, she ran back out. You know, Alyssa's face looked as if she just won the mouse catching competition, but at the last moment found out that it's not a real Olympic sport. So he just disappeared? Olga Dmitrievna asked skeptically. I did the right thing by closing the window after myself. Oh, no. You know, I understand everything, Dvitchivskaya. You and your roommate every time the same thing. Haven't you had enough yet? But it's true! Really? One story after another. Send me in your Karen. Send me in harassing me. Why do you keep lying? It's horrible. Alyssa seemed really upset, and to my surprise, was not trying to argue. On the one hand, it was funny to look at, but on the other, I felt a bit sorry for that lady, Alyssa. She deserves it, though. Our leader finally finished scolding her and left. Alyssa was mad. She clenched her fists and trembled. Her face was flushed. It seemed to me that she was going to explode. I sat in the bushes and laughed quietly. However, I was wondering what was on her mind, and I came out of my hiding place, not afraid of being beaten. So what exactly did you want to show the leader? Me? Alyssa turned and looked at me with disbelief. After a moment, surprise turned into anger. You! What about me? She calmed down a bit. I wanted to get even with you, she smirked. Meaning? You lost the bet. So I wanted to show the camp leader how you're stalking me. I wonder what wrong Olga Dimitrievna could find in this situation. But let's move on. I see. Maybe I should apologize to you? I asked sarcastically. Screw you. She went into the house, slamming the door. I wasn't angry at Alyssa. In the end, I'd expected her to do something like this. Anyway, I got through it without consequences. I was very lucky. Her confusion and embarrassment just made my day. Chuckling, I left Alyssa's cabin, which was about to become my death trap. To the forest. You guys cannot miss this scene. It is priceless. Well, let me see if... I guess I could say all of this. Spoilers. Spoilers. Okay, relax. Okay. Yeah. It was obvious that Olga Dimitrievna and her pioneers had already searched every nook and cranny of the camp, roamed the length and breadth of it. So, it's not worth looking for Shurik in the canteen or on the beach. Or in the Cybernetics Club. It was his second home. Or maybe even his first. Thus, it might be worth looking around the surrounding forest. I didn't plan to go far into the forest. Otherwise it might be me who they'll be searching for tomorrow. I didn't really visit the countryside often. I just stayed in the country house every summer during my childhood. But that one was very close to the city. But in this camp, it was possible to find everything I hadn't seen for so long. Overwhelming vegetation, singing birds, and fresh air. I found a meadow and sat on a stump. How peaceful this place is. But where in the world is Shurik? Actually, he could have been taken against his will. This camp is far from normal, so pioneer disappearances should not be all that strange. An intriguing possibility. Could it be the work of whichever force sent me here, or is it just some separate local entity's doing? Lost in my own thoughts, I didn't notice how the grass before me started moving. I looked closely and saw a squirrel. It approached me carefully and stared at my hands. Probably used to getting fed here. Sorry, friend, I don't have anything with me. Of course, the squirrel could not understand me, and continued to just sit there, waiting for treats. I felt sorry for it, because I didn't even have a crumb of bread in my pocket. I realized that I'm even ashamed to look it in the eyes and decided to move on. After some more wandering, I came to the washstands. Turns out that he's not in the forest either. At least not in the surrounding area. Going farther is just frightening. I walked to the washstands, took off my shirt, and tried to wipe myself down, because I was all sweaty. However, it wasn't so easy. I won't be able to get into the wash bowl, and there isn't even a ladle. Suddenly, I heard footsteps from behind. I turned around. Electronic was walking my direction. Looking for Shrek? Yeah. You too? Me too. Listen, you know him better. Where could he have gone? I don't have a clue, he answered sadly. Well, I just don't understand why everyone has made such a big fuss. During the night, wasn't he in the cabin with you? Then he can't have been gone for long. Maybe he went for a walk. You don't know Shrek, said Electronic excitedly. I've been accused several times of not knowing Shrek. He's a fanatically dedicated to his work. His life consists of robotics and cybernetics. People like him are 1 in a million. No, in a billion. His talent is boundless. I look up to him. He is a man of steel. No, simply triumphant. At that moment he looked like Hitler, making a speech in front of a crowd of thousands. Even his gestures matched. Okay. So what? So what? You don't understand, do you? No. He spends all of it, you see. All of his free time in our club. All! So pardon. So disappearing just like that is unusual for him. Of course! Seems like Electronic calmed down. Okay. He looked at me intently. Are you going to wash? Not really. Just rinse off a little. It is hot. Me too. He looked around. I wish there was a bucket or a ladle, something to get more water with. Yeah, I noticed already. Then let's do this. He looked behind washstands and pulled on one of the taps. To my surprise, its end turned up, and rather than pouring into the wash bowl, the water splashed up at almost 90 degrees. You could manage to wash yourself that way. Oh my, yes. This was the sight you must see. Its screen, yes. Screensaver. The beautiful Electronic. Meanwhile, Electronic took off his shirt and then squatted, so it seemed like he pulled down his shorts. I couldn't really tell because the washstand he was behind concealed him up to his waist. He directed the steam towards himself and started to sing something quietly. You know what there should be? There should be like I'm gonna look for like some kind of like mod or DLC where you play as a girl and you get to choose between Electronic or Shrek. I would play that. I don't know if I would pay for it, but I would play it at least. Just once to say that I did and enjoy several more sites like this. He directed the steam towards himself and started to sing something quietly. Let's clean my chimney sweep. I don't know the song, so I probably fucked it up. I stood astonished, not knowing what to do. He seemed to notice it. I'll wash myself and then let you use it. Gosh, I got such a massive chill. Well, you know... Oh, wait, Electronic X Semian. I just remembered that I have something to do. Gotta go. I gotta go question my sexuality real quick. Out of all the eccentricities of Electronic, the moment I just saw was the weirdest one. Hey, what's up with you? A cold shower on a hot day is like the best thing ever. No, that won't do. And anyway, I have to go. I put on my shirt quickly and ran back into the forest. I wonder what's gotten into him. He misses Shrek. Electronic X Shrek. I went for lunch with mixed feelings, with a sense of accomplishment and with a realization of time wasted. The canteen was crowded. I couldn't stay unnoticed. Olga Dimitrievna called me. Simon, come with us. The camp leader, Slavia, and Electronic were sitting at the four-seated table. I nodded and went to get my food. This time, I had to spend several minutes in the queue. Or queue, I don't know how that's pronounced. Today's menu didn't really differ from the other day's menus. The dishes looked the same, at least. When I sat at the table and wished bon appetit to everyone, Olga Dimitrievna said, "So, what are you thinking?" About what?" "We searched for Shrek all around. It's noon and he's nowhere to be found." And my accent is fluxing completely to the point where you don't even know what nationality it is. I took a note of the rhyme, but didn't want to point it out because the reader fucked it completely all up. We looked all over the camp. I went around the neighboring forest. Olga Dimitrievna looked at me. And I helped too. "We must call the police." "Maybe we should wait until the evening," I asked lazily. "Maybe he went home." "That can't be. Shrek lives thousands of miles away." "By train?" "The nearest station." She paused. "It's far off." Now it was getting interesting. Every time the conversation reached the point concerning ways I could leave Sovianark, all the camp inhabitants started changing the subject. "Pardon, but how far is far?" "Really far." The camp leader looked at me, indicating with her expression that asking more questions was not advised. "So we should go deeper into the forest. Maybe he got lost." "A Shrek always takes a compass," chimed in Electronic. I wonder what else could be found in his magic vest, assuming he has one. If I were to get lost in the forest, a compass would be of no real use. "Police! We should call the police in the evening." "Not right now, at least." "Okay, so you'll do it later." They were all silent. "We should be able to find him before evening. We still have time." "If he actually got lost, we have no time to lose." "We cannot be sure." "Then where is he? Where?" There was some truth to the camp leader's words. Hiding the whole day just like this is suspicious. And now you can see that this fellow... No, wait, I don't think you can see that, actually. If you can, I'm sorry. He's like my one friend, and he shows up now. Damn it. I hope you're proud of yourself. Why would he do that? Shrek seemed to me to be quite a serious pioneer. Olyana would have been a better fit for this behavior. So there is a good reason to believe that he was gone. All that can be done has already been done. We'll just have to wait. Slavia, Electronic, and Olga Dimitrievna looked at me sorrowfully, but didn't say a word. I finished my lunch, took the tray back, and left the canteen. It's still the first half of the day. What now? Why me? Isn't there anyone else in this camp?